started with our first presentation of the evening. It's my absolute pleasure to introduce Colton. Colton Vivian is a gentleman, he is polite, he is kind, and I am very confident when I say that he is well loved by staff and by students in our school. Something that you may not know is that Colton challenged himself by taking 20 college math credits with me this year. And I really felt like we were a team, a kind of a perfect student-teacher team with the same goals of aiming towards success. And I'm proud of that team that we had, and I'm certainly going to miss it. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Colton Vivian.
Hi, my name is Colton Vivian, and this is my city presentation. So for my high school highlights, I want to talk about baseball and football. Baseball, we had a great season. We went 14-4. We were so close to making it to state. Sadly, we lost our playoff game. And then football, we went, I believe it was like 6-4. I feel like we had a really good team and really great year this year. And then this is my high school reel. For accomplishments, I took around 25 college credits for, like Mrs. Sorensen mentioned before, for math, and then one was an English college credit. And then for my certifications, my boating license, and then the CPR and structural. I want to talk about my CPR and structural most. CPR for the fire department, because I'm on the fire department, and then the structural basically helped me kind of learn how to use a nozzle and that kind of thing in a fire, such as like in a building, and that kind of thing. I'll go over that more at the end. For my internship experience, this is my internship experience and my job experience. My internship experience, I want to talk about JMP Collision, because they kind of taught me how to take off bumpers, doors, hoods, that kind of thing, grab new ones, sand them, and then paint them afterwards. And why I like this one the most was because it kind of is where I want to go after high school. I want to become a auto mechanic, and that kind of just helped me kind of want to do more kind of things. These are my leadership roles. I want to go over high school PE and middle school PE as a TA. For the high school TA, I basically helped teach high school students that didn't know how to lift and that kind of thing, how to lift. And then middle school PE, I taught them how to lift, kind of help them with games, that kind of thing. For my community contributions, I want to talk about my volunteer fire department. I have around 250 to 300 hours with just volunteering for the fire department. That goes over training, drills, and even fires I've been on. So for these pictures right here, these three right here are for wildland, and basically what we do is we dig a line, stop the fire from crossing that line, and if there's any spot fires or anything like that, we learn how to put it out before it becomes an issue. And that line also can help us start a backburn, which basically means creating a fire at that line and pushing it up the hill if the fire's coming down. And basically what that does is it stops it dead in its tracks and stops it from coming and hitting any other houses that are in its way. And then for the top right and this bottom one, this is when we did our structural training. And like I went over before, it was doing nozzle work. And it kind of taught us how hot it is in a a burning building. And this was in a container. What we did here was we sprayed the nozzle at the ceiling to cool the fire down and kind of do that right, rather than just spraying the white stuff on the red stuff. And what I mean by that is spraying water on fire, because you don't want to spray water on fire because it could, well, it could either cool down that little spot that you're trying to cool down, but it can also either spread the fire up a wall or anywhere else. And then this part down here was also helping us get our air packs on before we went into the container. And then this right here was a fire that I was on. To start the afternoon, I came back from work and my dad asked me if I wanted to go on a fire. And I said, yeah. And this was, when we first got here, this first one right here, we saw a lot of black smoke, which is really bad. And then the middle one was the house, fully involved. And basically what that means is there's no point in saving, because it's just, there's too much fire. And it's just too hard to put out. And our job was to stop the fire from spreading over to that house on the right, because it was about 5 to 10 feet spread out, and the houses were that close. And my job was to stand in between, spraying a hose on that the house on the right. And the reason why I did that was because we wanted to cool the house as much as we could to stop the fire from either damaging or even spreading to that next house. And once the flame was off that house, what I did was I sprayed any spot fires that were on the roof of the house. This is my family. My dad is the one in the green shirt right here. His name is Craig. My mom, Dana, and then my brother, Logan. My dad, he's my fire training, or my fire trainer. He's a firefighter and a paramedic. And then my mom is a EMT and a firefighter. And it kind of helped me learn how to firefight and that kind of thing. But I also want to thank them for becoming the man I am today. It taught me respect, and they helped me with my work ethic. And then, my brother, thank you for being there. This is my staff gratitude. I want to thank Mr. Johansson. He's my IEP teacher, and what that means is, I have a reading disability. I can't comprehend certain things, so it's pretty hard. He's helped me with reading, with writing, and sometimes math, depending on if I need help in that class. He's taught me to be a better writer, better reader, and that kind of thing. Mrs. Cove, she's made it really easy to learn reading to a more higher level than I was at, and then to even write at a higher level. And then Mrs. Sorensen, she's my math teacher. She's always been there. She's helped me with math, some reading, writing, that kind of thing, and even this presentation. For my next steps, I'm going to go to Wenatchee Valley College in the auto mechanic program, and I want to learn how to kind of strip engines, build engines, that kind of thing, and then to do brakes and all that kind of stuff. And thank you.